And we are live, ladies and germs, on this bright Monday morning. Well, it's morning here. I'm pretty sure it's the afternoon in the UK. And yeah, man. Same old, different day. And yeah, I was talking to a guy online, and he's one of these guys that wants to propagate this narrative that that Terrence Crawford is avoiding Virgil Ortiz. That's the argument that he's trying to make. And I asked him a couple of simple questions. I don't have nothing against Virgil. I think Virgil's great. I said that many times. But this idea that Terrence is avoiding him, that's made up. And that's usually, when things go left field, it's usually due to overzealous fans. It's not the fighters, it's not their managers themselves or their promoters. It's usually just stupid fans. I asked the guy, I was like, well, if Terrence avoided Virgil, when did he do it? When did Golden Boy Promotions offer Terrence Crawford that fight? And, the conversation quickly devolves because he knows they never offered him that fight. They never made any offer to Terrence Crawford to fight Virgil Ortiz. Terrence Crawford has been a network free agent since fall of last year. And at no point in the fall did Golden Boy reach out to Crawford and say, well, look, we want to do a Virgil Ortiz fight. Now, obviously, when you deal with people like this, they're really not capable of behaving like adults because that's just a simple matter of fact that Golden Boy never reached out to that fighter to try to do that fight. And they had the chance. It was already well known that Crawford would not be fighting Errol Spence or Ugas late last year. It was well known because they had already reached the deal to fight each other. So that was the window for Golden Boy to say, hey, you're not going to get Spence, not right now, and you're not going to get Ugas. So look, we got some money. Let's see if we don't do a fight with you and Virgil. Golden Boy never did that. You know what I mean? Like they never tried to make that fight. So when I see people say that Crawford avoided the guy, I'm like, well, how do you avoid a fight that nobody offered you? Virgil can't fight off platform. It's not like the Avanesian thing. He can't fight off the zone because he's a Golden Boy Promotions fighter. He's not a network and promotional free agent. So if Golden Boy wants to do the fight, they can do the fight. You just have to make Crawford an offer, but they never have. And when you tell this to people, they kind of like their brain just gets really fucked up, like because they really want to believe that shit. But I asked the guy, I was like, well, when did Golden Boy make him an offer? Because you can't avoid some shit that ain't nobody offering you. How? You know what I'm saying? We talking about some stupid, likely some ugly motherfucker on Twitter. I'm gonna post a link for him. Boxing is the only sport I think that operates this way to where you can just make shit up. Like you can make shit up about fights that never happened and you can make up your own facts. Because when I was on my MLB shit, my NFL shit, it's fairly simple situation. Statistics and facts matter in every other sport except boxing. Boxing is the only sport where you get to make up the story as you go along. At least that's what I see a lot of other people do. What's goody Punch Perfect? What's goody Johnny? What's goody Jack? And I'm actually willing to bet on Crawford to win that fight. Like I like Virgil, but I don't actually think he beats Crawford right now. I think he might beat him maybe 2 years from now. I don't really think he beats him now. Not now. He got hit with a couple of shots, interesting shots in the Mighty Mo Hooker fight. Got hit with some good shots in the Mean Machine fight. He's a good fighter, big, strong, young. I wonder how easy he's making that weight, but I wouldn't like if they told me Crawford versus Ortiz this year or early next year, I go Crawford by way of knockout. I wouldn't pick Virgil to win that fight until maybe 2024, and who knows if he'd still be able to make welterweight in 2024. I was goody JBN. I agree with that, Unico. I agree with that. I think that because Spence likes to trade and he likes to sit in the pocket, that makes him more vulnerable to power shots. So I do agree with that. I do agree with that. Was goody, Alfredo? But once again, I don't want it to turn into a oh Virgil sucks and oh Virgil is bad. I like Virgil. Anybody that watches this channel knows that. But I'm just stating a simple fact. It's the fans that created that narrative, not Virgil. It's the fans that do that shit, not Virgil, not Roberto Diaz, not Eric Gomez, not Oscar De La Hoya. It's the fans that do that, the stupid ones. Terrence is ducking Virgil. I'm like, wait a minute. When the fuck did Golden Boy try to make that fight? Did they offer him? If they offered him the fight and then he said no, I can see, but did they offer him something? Did they send him a contract? Did they even correspond? Like, look, we want to start a conversation for you and Virgil to fight. Like, I already know they never did that. Like, that shit never happened. So it's like this whole thing that, he's swerving. Fam, you can't avoid somebody that isn't after you. And then, look, you might not want to hear it, but Virgil is not after him, bro. Because you did an interview and you said his name. Yeah, motherfuckers do that shit all the time, bro. Motherfucker, you can spit in the wind and do that. By that standard, Gary Russell is trying to fight Terrence Crawford because he did a video and said his name. You know what I'm saying? I actually sent him the link. I know he's not going to join because he's one of these accounts that they need a Google stock image to use social media. I sent the guy a link so that he'd be able to join because he keeps going back and forth on Twitter. I'm like, shit, if you got that much time, just let's do the shit live, because I don't want my feed to be full of my whole news feed. And, forgive me for the people that follow me that have to read all that stuff. But that's why I say, I'm going to go live. I'll send the guy the link. I sent him the link. I know he's not going to click it, though. He's probably fuck ugly. A lot of those guys on Twitter, that's why they have to use Google stock images and shit to be on Twitter, because they're fuck ugly and self-conscious. And they only feel comfortable using social media if they can hide their face. You know what I'm saying? I just got the cut, fresh and flying, ready to die. Levi's motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I don't know IBFP. I mean, I don't got nothing against him. I don't know him. I just know he's a content creator. I'm not talking about him, though. It's a guy on Twitter, bro. I was just talking to him, and I'm like, yo, he keeps telling me that Crawford avoided Virgil Ortiz, and I'm like, when, bro? When? When did Golden Boy try to make that fight? You know what I'm saying? Was goody Gary? Was goody Johnny? Was goody Don't Ask Me? JBN in the building. But yeah, I'm just being honest. Look, I understand why some people maintain their anonymity on social media. I get it. I understand it. But when you see that the people behave the way that this individual behaves, that's when you know, all right, so you're probably some fat fuck, ugly fuck that only feels comfortable behaving this way so long as people can't see you. Because if they see you, they'll probably laugh at you, because it's not necessary, bro. I just asked you a simple question. If you're trying to communicate to me that Terrence Crawford avoided Virgil Ortiz, all I'm asking is, when did Golden Boy make him an offer to do that fight? Did he reject an offer to do that fight? Did they email him? Did they reach out to him on Instagram? Did they go in his DMs and say, hey, we got $2 million for you or $3 million or whatever it is? Did they do any of that? I'm pretty sure that DAZN would bankroll that fight because their fighters need fights. I'm pretty sure that if Golden Boy wanted to do that fight, DAZN would approve certain dollar amounts to see the fight get made because Virgil needs a title shot. And that's one of the few ways that he can get one. That is one of the few ways he can get one because all the other belts are at the PBC. He doesn't have access to them, So I'm pretty sure that if Golden Boy really wanted Virgil Ortiz versus Terrence Crawford, they would approve certain dollar amounts to make the fight happen. Terrence Crawford is a network and promotional free agent. So it's not a situation where you have to worry about some competing platform. You don't have to worry about that. And if the Spence fight doesn't happen next year, then that's what they should be looking to do. They should be looking to look, Spence has mandatories. He has Jaron Boutsenis. He has Eimantas Stanionis. you won't get a fight with him. But Crawford is there. So if you want to fight him, make him an offer and bring him over, because it's not like he's pinned down to a particular network. He's not. Pero Manín, no, yo no trabajo, Manín. De verdad, te lo voy a decir. Yo hago tanto dinero haciendo esta vaina. Yo dejé el trabajo de seguridad mío. No le diga a nadie. That's not cap either. Yo estoy haciendo más dinerito con esto, que yo no tengo que hacer la vaina de seguridad. Pero cállate, Alexi, no diga nada. No sea chismoso, Manín. Join the chat, bro. Are you scared? Esas son gente fea que se comportan así. Huevo seco, careguante. Esas son gente fea que tiene que estar en Twitter hablándole a la gente así, que cuando ellos saben que ellos no se comportan así en day-to-day life. So, ¿por qué tú te pones en el internet a comportarte como un mongólico, como un bruto? Maldito feo, gordo, sucio, huevo seco, pendejo, palomo, puto, feo, sucio, arrapatroso. Esas son cosas de gente fea. Esas son cosas de gente fea, de huevo seco. ¿Para qué yo me tengo que comportarme? For what reason would I behave that way online? That doesn't make sense. For what reason? Good morning. What's goody, my guy country? Esos son cosas de gente fea, te lo estoy diciendo. ¿Cuál hombre que se viste bien y cara linda y gustito la vaina y el recorte y toda la cosa se tiene que comportarse así en el internet por boxeo? Manín, ese hermano tuyo, Alberto Ortiz, like, what's the matter with you, bro? What's the matter with you? Imbécil. Esas son cosas de gente fea, te lo estoy diciendo, esas son cosas de gente fea. Gente feliz que tú sabes que están tocando culo y teta y mulo y toda la cosa linda. Gente feliz no se comportan así por boxeo, por dique boxeo. ¿Qué es lo que tú tienes, manín? ¿Qué te pasa? Esas son cosas de gente fea. Si tú no if you don't feel comfortable usando Twitter, enseñando tu carita, que la mamá tuya te la dio, if you don't feel comfortable, eso es porque tú eres un fucking feo, manín. Tú tienes, un defecto tú tienes, un defecto, algo está pasando. You know what I'm saying? That shit is weird, bro. All I did was ask, okay, you're telling me that he avoided Virgil. All I'm asking is whether or not Golden Boy offered him that fight. That's all I'm asking. Because you're trying to convince me that he avoided that. And I'm like, well, you can't avoid a fight that ain't nobody offer you. If they offered you the shit and then you said, no, I could, then you kind of have an argument. But then we have to look at the circumstances. Well, what were the circumstances? Now, we already know that Golden Boy never offered him that fight. Golden Boy never sent him no dollar amount to fight no Virgil Ortiz. And they did have the chance late last year because everybody knew after the Sean Porter fight, not only is Crawford a free agent, but he doesn't have an immediate path to Spence and Ugas because they had reached the deal. They got a Montestanionis to step aside. That was the reports late last year. And everybody knew that, at least for now, Crawford isn't going to get to fight either of them. So in that moment, that's when Golden Boy could have came in and said, well, look, I know you want Spence or whatever, but you're not going to fight him right now. You want to fight Virgil? We got $2-3 million for you to come over and fight Virgil. What do you say? They never did that. You see what I mean? That never happened. Now, I'm not saying that next year, maybe they'll try. Maybe next year they'll try. I don't know. But you're not going to convince me that somebody can avoid some shit that ain't nobody offer them. That don't make, how you going to avoid some shit? There ain't nothing to avoid. Ain't nobody offer you that. I'm going to tag you on Twitter, bro. I'm going to tag you on Twitter, matter of fact. To show you the conversation. Yo, Gary, what's your Twitter handle, bro? There you go. I got you. I tagged you right now, bro. Why is this person tagging me? I'm not a part of their conversation. So out in Vegas way before he had pull out. Let me post the link for this guy because yeah, yo, like motherfucker just tagged me to a whole argument that has nothing to do with me. Like, what the fuck does this have to do with me? Like, you arguing with them, bro. Like, over Spence at that. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to fucking run out, get the cut, did a little bit of groceries and all of that. Y'all know how it go. I'm glad it's not showing on your timeline, Mark, because whenever I get into those kinds of discussions, I be low key embarrassed that I'm like, fam, why do I gotta keep talking to you? Why I gotta keep asking you the same shit 10 times? And it's because I know why, because you a silly, childish motherfucker. Or I'm asking you some simple ass shit. If you telling me that he avoided that guy, right? When did Golden Boy offer him that fight? That's all I'm asking. Because you can't avoid some shit that is not in front of you. You cannot avoid a fight that nobody offered you. We know they never ordered the fight. The WBO never ordered the fight. We know that Oscar never pursued the fight. So what are we talking about? How do you avoid a fight that ain't nobody offering you? How do you do that? Bro, I don't want people bothering me, Hawker. I don't want to be in people arguments, all right? All these funny looking motherfuckers on Twitter that act funny but don't like to jump on a live and discuss things like adults. I don't have time for people like that. Like, you want to be on Twitter because you know that in real time, your argument will crumble. In real time, if you come on here, whoever it is, it'll just be me and that person. In real time, it'll be obvious to not just everyone else, it will be obvious to you that the words leaving your mouth are fucking silly. That's why you want to hide on Twitter. Like, on Twitter, you can say any old dumb shit. I just had a motherfucker tell me that Arrow offered Bud $10 million. And I asked him, like a regular adult, can you show me where Arrow offered Bud $10 million? And what he act like a kid? That's what I'm saying. Act like a kid. That's why I said Twitter is the ultimate app for silly, funny looking motherfuckers that act crazy because you don't have a platform nowhere else. You don't have a platform. You can't act like that on camera. Motherfuckers gonna laugh at you, bro. You gotta hide behind pictures on Google and shit. Cause you know motherfuckers gonna laugh at you. You know how stupid you sound. That's why you don't want to jump on here. Cause you know how stupid. If I ask you, all right, Bing, you telling me that he avoided Virgil. When did Virgil's promoter offer him the fight? That's all I'm asking. When? That's not a hard question. That's not even a loaded question. If you trying to do a fight, it got to be an offer, right? Somebody got to offer somebody something, right? Now we know Bud ain't got no promoter, so he can't make Virgil an offer. He ain't got no promoter. He ain't got nobody like that. And two, it don't matter if he do or he don't, because Virgil can't fight off platform. He fights on the zone under Golden Boy. So the onus to do the fight would be on Golden Boy. You got to make him an offer, reach a deal, get the numbers right, and see if y'all can't reach a deal. We already know that never happened. So the real issue is you want to propagate a lie to a complete stranger. You want to lie about this shit, and you mad that I'm not going along with your lie. And then motherfuckers that's why all these motherfuckers got the same MO. They all got a picture of some random shit where their face should be, and they got like 2-3 followers. Bro, why you think ain't nobody following you? Because the way you behave online is dumb. Shit, I ain't even. The funniest shit is, I'm not telling you that Virgil is ducking Crawford or that Virgil is afraid of Crawford. I'm not. Like, I don't do that childish shit. I'm saying that kid is on another route. He on another route. That's what I see. Why he petitioned last month for the WBA to order him to fight Stanionis. That's what I see. I ain't gotta make up shit. Like, what I gotta do that for? No idea what you're referencing. Up until you tagged me, I was not a party to your conversation. This is another guy that I'm like, yo, dog, if you want to tell me something, just jump on. Furthermore, whatever points you wish to iterate, you can do so live. I have no idea why they tagged me to that shit. Like, who tagged me to that? I see a dude tag me to some shit. I'm like, bro, I wasn't even talking to y'all. But natural, I bet you he don't jump on. I bet you he don't. I'm trying to see what is it that they were arguing about. What is it that they were arguing about? Okay, the beautiful Liza said, at the end of the day, boxing is a business. Both Crawford and Spence want big paydays. This is the argument that Liza's making. But neither guy has the personality or the marketability to generate that kind of money, which makes it more complicated to make the fight. And all right, this is a guy who says, Eli the boss. He says, one sold 47,000 tickets and 40,000 tickets versus Ugas, who doesn't speak English in America. Beg your pardon. If one of your hobbies is hating on the PBC, at least get paid to do it. Instead, you're still broke. That's what he told Liza. Shout out to my man Marco. Marco said, I was at the Garcia fight here in Dallas, and I went because of Mikey. Saw a whole bunch of Mexico flags. Hell, even Spence had on Mexico colors. No black, green, or red flags, not even USA flags. Errol and Heyman, PBC, know where the money is at. I guess that's what they're arguing about, Spence's marquee value. And the guy said, so if I post screenshots of what's in my bank account and also my business, yeah, oh, this insecure ass, bro, nobody cares what's in your, what kind of insecure ass, yo, these kids these days is wild to me. Nobody get, what the fuck? And I bet you he's just gonna keep going back and like, bro, if you want to talk to me, I'm literally live right now. I posted the link for you. Click the fucking link. Otherwise, I don't know why you tagging me to your argument with Liza. Shout out to Liza, the gorgeous, the incomparable Liza. They all ducking me, bro. They only get away with that silly shit they say on Twitter. That's the only place you could get away with that. Because in real time, every argument you're trying to make collapses. Where you're trying to make an argument that Spence is this and Spence is that. The VP of Communications at the PBC, in so many words, said economics are the reason why that is not a big fight. He said that. You don't work for the PBC. Let's get that clear. You don't work for them. A guy that does work for them, he said that's not a big fight. All people gonna do is steal it. That's what he said. So whatever argument you trying to make, that already kills it. If the VP of Communications at the PBC is saying that's not a big fight, what the fuck are you talking about? Nobody's gonna join though. Nobody's gonna join. I'm gonna just put a link out there. Fuck it. Shout out to the incomparable Liza, slayer of the PBC shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, fam, you ain't gonna fucking. If you don't want to come on here and converse like an adult, stop tagging me to your fucking Twitter page, bro. I don't be giving a fuck what y'all think about boxing. I don't even know who half these fucking people are. I know Liza. Shout out to Liza. You know what I'm saying? I know Liza. I don't know who the fuck Eli to Gold or Eli to I don't know who the fuck that is. They ducking me, carnal. They ducking me. And it's a conversation. It's not even an argument. It's a conversation. Motherfuckers are swerve a conversation. Because in real time, all that shit you say in real time, you'll hear how stupid you sound. And more importantly, I'll have it recorded so I can play it back, make money from it, and laugh at you. That's why you don't want to come on here. There's not 10 people on here. It's just me. I ain't Bentley'd out. Every gun that I touched or owned, dog, I emptied out. You the boss, tell your men be out. For they soul be going, blood be dripping and wind be out. Got the motherfucking 9 hollowed. And the only thing y'all motherfuckers pop is the cork on the wine bottle. Better stop flashing the cash, because if I squeeze 3, don't be surprised your man happen to dash. Come to beef, I don't get excited. I don't holler names. So when I shoot you in the brain, I don't get indicted. Getting hit at the board, you on some God shit. Like, ain't get it the Lord. Fuck a cross. I'm going to drop you off in front of the source. Let him write about that. What you like about that? I just beat a charge. My 9mm large. You want some pretty shit. You don't really need a scarf. And I don't need you to snitch neither. That's the sport lately. Feds watching and the court's hearing me. Y'all want to chill? Y'all want to talk crazy? Now I got to get it, y'all. I'm the motherfucking death of y'all. It's about to be 3 dead dogs in a reservoir. I ain't got a gun to jam. You think you hard? You could bring your little man. We could have our own summer jam. Styles went crazy on that shit, B. Styles went crazy on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man VQ Chris. Good morning. Jojo or Zepeda? Yeah, I have Zepeda by knockout. I don't think Joseph Diaz has the punching power or the size for that fight. I think Zepeda, he's a good brawler. He's a good offensively minded fighter. He has his limitations. He does. But in that fight, he has all the advantages. I got Zepeda knocking Diaz out. Jules, hey, yo, listen, man, don't badmouth Chan to me. I love Chan. Don't bring that shit over here. I love Chan. So, chocolate titties. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But listen, I love Chan, so don't badmouth her to me. You know what I'm saying? Here's why they call me the ghost. I'm half live, half dead. When it's beef, I bring all of the toast. And I got more guns than most New York, so I don't gotta say shit, because the toast is a talk. Holiday styles, ignorant. Trade pound, 4 pounds, still tearing off your ligament. And anybody with beef could swim in a river. When I walk through the door, all the children are shiver. It's like he's so gangster. Y'all so pussy. I murder y'all, so y'all don't push me. All I know is blowing the shell, going through hell. Goddamn so hard, thought no one to tell, but I was dead wrong. Hold it down while the fan gone. Shoot anything I get my fucking hands on. The Lee I coward bloody like a tampon. Evening is the time of day. I have nothing more to say. You know what I'm saying? You would think that inviting another boxing fan to have a conversation about boxing would be pretty easy, but it's not. Like, it never is. And I don't have 10 people on the panel. It's literally just me. And I'm like, why are you even bringing me into your discussion at all? I don't have nothing to do with what you're talking about. Your problem is, it seems to me, that your problem is that your perception of this fighter does not align with reality. Because in reality, if he were as big a draw as you want him to be, this fight would be done. This is not a $50 million fight, first and foremost. Why? Because Errol Spence is not a $50 million fighter. He's not a $25 million fighter. To be honest, if he were, he would be able to formulate a good enough guarantee to this fighter to get the fight over the line. It's simple. When have you ever heard of a cash cow that can't bankroll a fight off their own name? You had a guarantee for Ugas, a guarantee for Sean, a guarantee for Danny, and a guarantee for Mikey. But as soon as Crawford gets here, no guarantee. 35%. What the fuck? What kind of shit is that? None of them Spence fans will jump on here. I'm about to shit post. Fuck it. I'm just about to shit post. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even got nothing to do with the shit they talking about. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. SC just spitting. Yo, that's what I do, bro. I got the bars, B. I got the bars, the cars, and the stars. Will you have Chocolatito pound for pound list if he beats Estrada? It's my understanding. I'll tell you what, this is what I'll say. If I think Estrada still has the Ring Magazine belt, I think he does. If he has the Ring Magazine belt, then yes. If he has that, because I know he gave up the WBA. He doesn't have that. But if he has the ring belt, now you're cooking with rice. I'll be honest with you, Grader. I think that the best option is fighting Terrence Crawford because there are no money fights at 154 and the risks are greater. You have fighters that will have a big size advantage over Errol in fights that are not marquee fights. If he wants to, if he wants to be in a money fight, that would be it. And even though it's not a big money fight, because it's not a big money fight, it's still bigger than fighting Fundora. It's still bigger than fighting Brian Castano. Like if you think that Crawford doesn't have a profile, what you think Fundora has a profile? Did you see what his TV ratings were? Did you look around the punch bowl? Did it look like they sold that shit out? I'm saying that relatively speaking, the best fight left on the table for Errol is Crawford because it will simultaneously allow him to circumvent those mandatories, and it's bigger than any fight at 54. So you just need to find a way to get the deal done. That's what they need to do. Are they going to do that? Probably not. Probably not. People on Twitter, man, like, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Live roast session of boxing Twitter bums. That'll attract some attention. Toda esa vaina son cosas de gente fea. Because what respectable grown man needs to behave that way on Twitter over boxing of all things? Over boxing? Do you know the boxer? Does the boxer know you? That you capping so fucking hard? You trying to convince me of some shit. I ain't trying to convince you that Virgil is afraid of Terrence or that Terrence is afraid of Virgil. I'm stating a simple fact. Golden Boy never made no offer to that fighter to do that fight. So I cannot sit here and say that he's avoiding a fight that nobody offered him. That makes no sense. How do you avoid some shit that's not in front of you, that ain't nobody offering you? You can't. Now, if they offer him the fight and he like, nah, it's that, then we could talk. But that shit never happened. See, the problem is I speak to suburban kids who otherwise wouldn't even know these words exist, whose moms probably wouldn't even give 2 squirts of piss till I created so much motherfucking turbulence. They just don't sell. It's not hard to comprehend. It really ain't, Marco. You know what I'm saying? I don't do black music. I don't do white music. I make fight music for high school kids. Put lives at risk when I drop like this. Put wives at risk with a knife like this. Shit. Probably think I'm in your tape deck now. I'm in the back seat of your truck with duct tape stretched out. Duck the fuck way down. Waiting to straight jump out. Put it over your mouth and grab you by the face. What now? Oh, you want me to watch my mouth? How? Take my fucking eyeballs out and turn them around? Burn your fucking house down, circle around, and hit the hydrant so you can't put your burning furniture out. I'm sorry. There must be a mix-up. You want me to fix up lyrics while the president gets his dick sucked? Fuck that. That was my shit too when I was young. I didn't like that guy at first, but my mans and them got me hip like, nah, he not a gimmick. He low-key nice. I'm like, he nice because this shit look like a gimmick. And my mans and them put me onto that shit. But I fuck with him. I fuck with the Detroit native. Yeah, I fuck with him. I didn't fuck with him in the beginning, man. I didn't fuck with him in the beginning. But the Eminem show came out, and we was on our way to Atlantic City. It was like I think it was like a 2-hour bus ride. And my man's in it was like, yo, this shit is hard, B. I'm like, come on, B, that dude is a gimmick. And I was really still like, that dude is a gimmick. And then I heard the album front to back, and I was like, nah, B, this dude, nah, this dude is nice, fam. And that really, I became a fan after that. Like, yeah, this dude is nice, man. This dude is nice. I don't know nothing about IBFP. I see a lot of people mentioning him. I don't know a lot about him. I heard good things mostly, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. A career is a career with all the tribalism, like who you like. Yeah, like, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I give everybody a chance. Like, I listen to everything too, almost everything. Like, I listen to a little bit of country, listen to a little bit of rock music, dance music, electronica. I like music is good, bro. You know, overall, all music is good. There's a good song in every genre. There's at least one good song. So. Clearly, Virgil or his team don't want that fight now. You know, I'm only saying, my thing is this. I don't think Oscar wants that fight for Virgil, because if you was going to put Virgil in there with somebody, you would want it to be in the bigger fight. Well, the bigger fight for Virgil is not Crawford. The bigger fight for Virgil is actually Spence in Texas, because Virgil is from Grand Prairie, Texas. So all his supporters and Spence's supporters, they could make like a Mikey Garcia type atmosphere. Because remember, that was the best numbers that Arrow ever did, was the Mikey Garcia numbers, the attendance, the pay-per-view buys. So I'm thinking, look, Oscar don't really want that Bud fight for Virgil. He probably really want that Spence fight for Virgil, because financially it'll be a bigger fight and it's for more belts. And being honest with you, Arrow is beatable. He looks more beatable than Crawford. Yeah, fam, you was in a car accident. You fell on your face. Your eyeball fell out last year. You couldn't even fight. Your eyeball fell out last year. We know you're struggling to make the weight. You just said that you're struggling to make the weight. So if I'm Oscar and I'm Roberto Diaz and I'm the great Eric Gomez, I'm really trying to get a Spence fight, not a Crawford fight. Crawford don't have a promoter, so we gonna fight him for what? What money we about to get? He not that big a draw, remember? So what money we about to get? That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? What you know about 23-1? Locked down all day underground, never seeing the sun. Visit strip from you, never seeing your son. You got bricks on the strip, never see him get done. What you know about getting and shipping balloons? Keep switching positions in a visiting room. Gotta take X-Lax, hope you take it in time. Gotta shit in your palm just to get the hair on. And you talking about your life is this? Your life is that? Your life ain't shit. Your life is what? Close your eyes. Where's that from? IBFP's name is coming up because he started that disingenuous Crawford ducking, or he started that. Oh, I see. I didn't know that. But look, I mean, I don't know, I don't really watch it. Look, the content creators that I watch, I watch my man Boxing Beats and Rhymes. I watch my man and my Capricorn brother, Coach Malachi. I watch some Kirk DeVille. Gotta watch the Counterpunch with Kirk DeVille. I used to watch Hatman Strikes Back, but I don't watch it that much anymore. Those is the guys I watch, man. You know, I watch them guys. You know, that's the guys I watch, especially my man. But like Boxing Beats and Rhymes, if you're not already subscribed to that channel, oh, and of course I watch Susie and I watch Sasha, Women's Fight News. I watch them, you know what I mean? But I don't watch a lot of the other stuff that's out there. Like, I don't like nothing against him. I don't have nothing against him. I never really watched the IBFP video, so I don't know. I seen him school. I did watch the video where he schooled Southpaw and he was clowning him. I did see that. So, like I said, I don't know specifically what he said. Oh, of course, The Wire. Of course. This is just an opinion from a complete stranger online. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like, I don't be hip to a lot of shit that be going on. I really don't. I be in my lane, being in my lane, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, BDA, I like BDA and them. Shout out to BDA. I gave up on Hatman comes late. It seems like he watches everyone else. All the comments, then creates his content based on that. Oh, wow, really? I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. Right. So none of y'all are fighters and have the nuts to jump in the ring. I have no idea what you're talking about, but you can come on live and discuss your points here. I literally don't know why this dude is arguing. Like, what is it? Like, I don't literally do not know what this kid is arguing about. Seeing who's willing to enter the Terror Dome. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't even be bothering nobody, bro. Like, I literally just be posting shit on my page, and it'll be some random people that just attack me. Like, why you attacking me, bro? Don't worry about me. You know what you think about boxing, right? All that shit you think about boxing. I don't be worried about that shit. So why you worried about me? In the Terror Dome. Ow! Tina Turner. You know what I'm saying? What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be arguing, and I be saying that shit. Like, bro, I don't really be wanting to argue with people on Twitter because time is money. And I don't want to dedicate my time to arguing with people that are not as intelligent as I am for free. No, I got better shit to do. You know what I'm saying? And I left an open invite on Twitter. I literally posted the actual link on Twitter for anybody to jump on. Like, I don't know what anybody's talking about. So if somebody wants to come on here and fill me in, nobody want to click it, though. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they'll catch these bars. This hot fire. Tagged here in the first place. Shout out to my man Hot Boxing Minute with the Minute of Hot Boxing. Up and down all the gyms in California. For the pumpkin spice cafe con leche. Good morning, boxing degenerates. Ow! But you let my critics tell it and they'll say, oh, you're not. It's like, yo, it's so childish. Fam, I'm not a party to your argument. So I'm asking you, what are you arguing about? And if you would like to, you could come on and, we could talk about it in real time. Because I wasn't even a party to that entire conversation. I don't know what the fuck they was arguing about. Come on, B. You know what I'm saying? I need, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of some bars. What's some bars? Max stay sucker free. Please don't fuck with me. You don't really want war. You don't really want the heat from the floor. You don't want to have to eat out of straw. Y'all broke. Ain't got no cash. Ain't got no stash. Where you willing your rims, motherfucker? Look at the hell on your Timbs. Walking, talking. I don't do much. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to argue on Twitter. Like, you tagged me to Twitter. I have no idea why. You seem to be arguing with a bunch of other people. And when I ask you, okay, well, do you want to come on live? Oh, you must not be getting the desired viewership. Fam, you tagged me. That shit makes the way that these dudes, I know your story. Cause just cause of how you acting, I already know your story. Cause it's like, fam, I didn't even say no wild shit. I wasn't even in your conversation. If you gonna go as far as tagging me while I'm live doing some other shit, and I tell you, yo, you could come on right now. I know you got time because you've been tweeting all fucking morning. You must not be getting the desired viewer. All right, Stewie. You all right. Y'all appreciate you, Don Juan. You and Coach are the only ones I watch. I would like to thank Al Heyman for this super chat and this glorious morning and this beautiful Levi sweater that keeps me warm in these cold, dark days. You know what I'm saying? Okay, here's a link so you can help me comprehend. And then watch the motherfucker not click it. I'm telling you, all these motherfuckers claim to be savants on Twitter. On Twitter, these motherfuckers is astronauts. They're music producers, movie producers. They all type of just fly ass shit. You can't just be asking you to do is because you tagged me. Can you come on here and have the discussion that you're trying to have on Twitter? Because I'm not trying to be doing all this shit with you. I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Motherfucker having a whole argument with two other people. He tags me. I say, yo, I'm live. You could jump on and tell me all that shit. What you want me to do? You want me to spend the live doing this? Well, I'm live right now, so I don't actually. I'm not. Now, let me put it another way. I'm preoccupied. So you can carry on with your Twitter discussion. Like, bruh, you and I both know you not doing shit right now. You got enough time to be on Twitter for an hour arguing with a cute girl over Canelo because she said Canelo is that dude and you got mad. You got an hour to be doing that, but you can't jump on here for 10 minutes? Then why are you tagging me? I'm not a party to your conversation. That shit don't got nothing to do with me. Man, what you think? I'm going to just be arguing with you on Twitter for free? That's what you do. I don't do that. I try not to. Let me see. Kenny M. Let me see. Who's Kenny M? Is that him?
Oh no. I hopped in. I saw your tweet out. My
You
bad.
mad at that? Let's shoot the shit.
Yeah, man. What's
Mad
going
at
on, bro?
that.
How you doing?
I'm gonna start you off with a question. You may not like the question, but it needs to be asked. It does need to be asked. Who won, Beanie Siegel or Jadakiss? Tell the truth.
So I'm kind of biased because I was in Philly at that point in time, so I'm gonna go Beans.
All right. So, all right, like great minds think alike, because that's how I felt about that.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a narrative. The reason I went live is because I was hoping that I could have a real-time discussion about a narrative that has become somewhat popular, and it's that Terrence Crawford avoided Virgil Ortiz. I see that there's a lot of people that are saying that, and I don't agree with that. This is my stance. I don't agree with that because, well, how could he avoid someone that's not pursuing him? Terrence Crawford became a free agent in the fall of last year. And in the fall of last year, we knew he's not going to get Spence because Spence just made the deal to fight Ugas the next year. So we knew all that. And I'm like, well, if Virgil really wanted Crawford, that's when he could have got him. He's a network free agent. He don't have a fight booked, right? Ain't nothing else. He ain't got to worry about no Top Rank. He ain't got to worry about no ESPN. Yeah. So I asked the individual, well, if you feel that Crawford is avoiding this fight, when did Golden Boy offer him this fight? And it devolved into the kind of childish shit that you see on social media, you see on Twitter. I'm like, fam, we don't got to do this silly little kid. I'm damn near 40. We don't got to do this silly little kid shit. I'm asking you a legitimate question. If you telling me that he avoided that fight, when did they offer him that fight?
Never.
That's all I'm saying. I don't think Virgil is a bad fighter. I don't even think Virgil is afraid of Crawford. I'm just saying you can't accuse somebody of avoiding some shit that is not in front of him. Virgil is not in front of him. That's just the truth.
I don't know that, and this is just my gut. I don't think Golden Boy thinks he can consistently make 47 anyway.
I agree with that.
So I think they don't want to put that money behind it, and he struggles to even get to 47. And
also, I'm glad you brought up the money, because I said this earlier that, look, if they were gunning for a fight for their young fighter that's an unbeaten guy, I would assume it was the Spence fight, because Virgil's from Grand Prairie, Texas. Motherfucking Spence is from DeSoto. They could sell that. But we all know that Bud, God love him, he's not a big draw. So I don't even feel like Golden Boy wants that fight. Like, they going to want that fight for what, bro? It's a risky fight. If you worried about fighting for a title, I would assume you'd go after Spence.
Yeah. The only way that was going to happen is if the zone financially backed it.
And I believe that they would. Honest to God, like, I'll say this. If Golden Boy wanted the Crawford fight, if they wanted it, I believe that the zone would bankroll it.
Because the zone could have bankrolled a 2-fight deal. They could have had this fight that is on whatever this network is, Black Network, had this fight. If he wanted to go down this path, do a 2-fight deal with the zone, do this, and then you line them up for Virgil.
I agree.
I
don't think that, like, and I'm not going to accuse Virgil of ducking, because once again, did Bud ever offer Virgil to fight? No. So how could he duck a fight that ain't nobody off? That's not how that shit works. Like, why do I say Danny Garcia ducked Terrence Crawford? Because he offered him something. He offered him $3 million and a pay-per-view upside between 2018 and 2019. Mm-hmm. And what did Danny do? He chose, I'm going to fight Granados. Then after Granados, I'm going to fight Ivan Redkach. That's a duck. But I can't accuse Bud of ducking somebody that ain't offer him shit, and I can't accuse Virgil of ducking somebody that ain't offer him shit. Yeah. That's not how it works.
Yeah, and I don't think Bud's ducking anybody. I don't think Bud's ducking any smoke from anybody. From knowing him 47 to 60, he would probably say whatever.
I feel like Bud has, a lot of people have tried to make it this thing. It's like they say things that don't make like, oh, Errol did all the heavy lifting. Bro, what you talking about? Bud tried to fight the same people that Errol did. The only difference is they wouldn't fight Bud. The same Danny Garcia that Errol fought in late 2020, Bud tried to fight him in 2018. Is it Bud's fault that Danny said no? His own father's on camera when they asked him about it. His daddy is on camera. Why are you worried about PBC fighter? Why are you worried about PBC? Like, fam, they wasn't trying to fight. Let's not be childish. We adults, you know, that they wasn't trying to fight. So you can't blame Bud for people that did not want to fight him.
Yeah, and I mean, I think everybody can see what the PBC plan was and what was going to happen with it. You know, Errol said it. He was going to knock everybody out on that side. They were all going to go through each other. They weren't coming to Bud until the last possible option. So I don't. It might not have been a duck. It might have just been strategic on their part of like, hey, let's keep the money in house.
I mean, you know what the shit is? The reason that I like to characterize the Danny Garcia situation, particularly that situation, is because Danny was talking a lot of shit while Bud was at 40. I didn't forget none of that. That was a fight that people legitimately thought they were going to get upon Bud moving up to 47 because Danny was saying a lot of crazy shit while he was at 40. His daddy was saying a lot of crazy shit while he was at 40. So it was one of those fights that you was like, oh, we probably going to get that after Bud go undisputed at 40. And then when he gets up there, oh, now you don't want to fight him. Now, nah, I don't got to do it. It's like, fam, like, I then. Just don't tell me that, oh, Bud wasn't trying to fight nobody. He been trying to fight these people. What is y'all talking about?
Yeah.
He been trying to fight these people.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, he ain't ducking no smoke. You know, it's just fucking stupid ass business. Boxing is just.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a lot of shit. Man, look at this big ass hornet. As soon as it gets hot outside, here come the fucking hornets. Let me get my goddamn water gun. I'm gonna shoot that shit. That's a big old hornet too. Fucking, I hate that shit. As soon as it get hot out here, these fucking hornets come out. I don't know if they have hornets where you live, but I don't like them shits.
Nah, I'm all the way over. I'm on the east. Y'all can keep those over west side. Yeah.
Those the motherfuckers that sting you and don't die. That just keeps stinging you. I'm gonna shoot that shit with a water gun. I'm gonna let Drew in the chat. Drew, grace us with your musical stylings.
I'm a pimp son, alert hoes, guns, I squirt those. Test me, I leave slugs in your grandmother's church clothes. That's all I got.
All right, keep going. I gotta kill this hornet.
That's all I got. The hornets, man, them hornets is out there. Y'all get hornets in the fall like this?
Yo, it's because it's hot outside. Hornets have a rule.
Oh, okay.
Hornets have a rule when the ground heats up to 70 degrees, they'll come out the ground. And it's low
y'all
key. It low key got warm
out here.
It low key got warm just now, so because I'm looking out the window like it was cloudy and cold as shit. That's why I got a fucking hoodie. I went to get my cut. It was cloudy and cold as shit. Now it's fake warm. Here come the hornets. Oh motherfucker.
Yeah, we're more of a wasp. We get hella wasps when they get hot.
That's the same shit. Wasps is hornet, and that's a big one too. Like low key, I think that's one of them Chinese hornets. That's not no regular size hornet. That's a
is it green?
Nah, it's like it's mostly black. The hornet like brown, but that shit low key long as shit. Like they don't be that long, man. B Greater says after Virgil beat McKinson, Sergio Mora was all over the Golden Boy broadcast telling Virgil to stay away from Crawford. Yeah, I mean I don't got nothing against Virgil, man, but fans create storylines all by themselves, and that's when I see that I'm like, fam, when did Golden Boy ever pursue Terrence Crawford? Because the fight can't happen unless somebody offers somebody to fight. It can't happen. Now, if you telling me they offered the man something and he didn't, something, you know what I mean? Like, we got to start somewhere. We all know Golden Boy never offered that man nothing for that fight. We all know that. So how you going to avoid a fight ain't nobody offering you?
And we know Markowski at DAZN didn't even mention nothing about that fight. You think if DAZN, if that fight's ordered, you don't think DAZN will pay for it though, Jules?
That's what I said.
Golden
I'm
Boy,
like,
yeah.
if Golden Boy wanted that fight, the zone would pay for that shit because they need fights.
What I'm laughing at now, everybody's is an expert, and I got nothing against Ryan O'Hare, but man, that company might not be able to pay Bud. I'm like, bro, you do know that Crawford's team's astute enough to not sign a bullshit deal with Al Heyman. You don't think they're going to demand a percentage of that purse escrowed into a third party? But you know what I'm saying, Jules?
Listen, this is the main thing, right? Motherfuckers is trying to make it Bud's fault. One, this is reality, and this is just the reality of the world that we live in. There are people that are willfully obtuse. That's what's going on. When you heard 2 weeks ago what Floyd said. You heard 2 weeks ago what Mike Kopinger said, that they offered Bud a deal that doesn't even have a guaranteed purse amount. And you're still trying to rationalize that, oh, somehow this is Bud's fault. I just spoke to a guy on Twitter that was saying Bud priced himself out. Errol could have easily gotten him $10 million. I'm like, okay, if you believe that, show me where Errol offered him $10 million. Just show me. And naturally, it devolves into childishness and stupid shit. That I'm like, see, I'm damn near 40, fam. I'm not your fucking father. I'm not your parent to be dealing with no child. I'm asking you a legitimate question. If you telling me that Errol, he priced himself out of the Spence fight, that Errol could have easily got him $10 million. Bitch, show me where you offered him $10 million. Just show me an article, anything.
And it's the funny shit. It's all karma. Their plan A was Manny Pacquiao. Their plan B was to sell the O to Canelo, and they were doing all these other negotiations while trying to make the Crawford fight. But the minute Crawford has something else on the side, oh my God, he wasn't negotiating in good faith.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Literally Tom Brown. This is why I don't like talking to a lot of people. I only talk to you and a couple other motherfuckers. Tom Brown, out his own mouth, let the cat out the bag. They was finna cash out Spence with Canelo. They was finna cash him out. But when Mr. Crawford come around, y'all ain't got no money. Y'all ain't got no money. Well, if Errol is so big a fucking draw, why he ain't got no money?
True.
They was literally trying to cash out Charlo and Spence.
Shit.
They remember that deal was what? That deal was 45 for Charlo and then another 55 for Spence.
Bruh. And then let's pretend that Errol fucking Spence that couldn't knock out Mikey Garcia stood a broke dick dog's chance in hell against Canelo. Bro, that man was going up there to die. He was going up there to get knocked out. They was going to do with Spence what they did with Mikey. That's what they was going to do. You trying to fight Canelo at 164. You trying to get knocked out at 164, motherfucker. Because you ain't going to win. You going to win. No, you not Floyd. You know what I mean? I know motherfuckers love talking about the Floyd fight from damn near 10 years ago. Errol Spence is not Floyd, though. Silly motherfuckers. Go ahead, Box Watch.
Yo, a few things. Yeah. I'm gonna clear up quickly. Yeah. Firstly, hey Jules, do you make them beats for real?
No, I don't make all of them. The one in the intro, I did make that. The one, the bad guy. The bad. I made that a long time ago. Some of the beats.
You know the one that goes like this, yeah. The one that goes. You know that beat? Dum dum dum.
Tag me to the
all
video.
Right, see when you play.
Is it the one
live? You the beginning.
No, sometimes
it's
the one you haven't used in a while, Jules. My favorite one.
Which one?
The one that you tell people freestyle on. Hey, freestyle on this beat. You know, your last live, I think it was your last live, you played it at the beginning, quickly, a little bit.
No. That beat is not mine. That beat is not mine. I love that beat.
I love that beat. I love it.
Like that fucking beat low key make me want. That's not my beat though. What I did was, and I do this regularly. I advise you have, it's like any business. You have to invest.
You have to invest. You have to
in order
invest,
to
of
keep
course.
the content fresh, I found this young guy. I believe he's on the West Coast. I believe he's based out of the West Coast. I bought 2 beats from him, and he makes like cumbia. He's a young Mexican guy. I believe he's a young Chicano guy. He makes like cumbia mixes, and I was looking for something that kind of has a hip hop base, but has elements of like cumbia. So I bought that off him for, I believe it was $30. You know, and I regularly buy beats because you got to keep the content fresh, bro. It's like any business, you have to invest. You know what I mean?
I love that.
And I got
that
that
beat low key was on the right boss. Yeah,
and
that
I'm
low key was on the right boss.
glad you brought that because I was thinking about getting some more from him because he make nice shit that it's like it doesn't overpower the audio. It doesn't overpower the track, but it plays just perfectly. Like it's just perfect. The shit. Yeah. And I forgot the guy's name, but I got him on Instagram. I sent him DMs because that's how I was corresponding with him. And I'm gonna hit him up with some more beats. But yeah, I didn't make that beat. I love that. I just gotta say, I love that beat, bro. But let's talk some boxing. All right, cool. Let's talk some boxing. So I've been listening to your lives. I'm the type of guy that I don't catch it at the time, but I will watch it throughout the day while I'm working. I work on building sites. I put it in my headphone. I just listen. And Jules, man, you know something. We had a discussion a long time, maybe a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago. You know something? It could have been 2019 when we had the discussion. Yeah? Yeah.
And we knew that this fight was not happening in 2022. We knew it. We spoke about it, bro.
Yeah.
And another thing, going back a bit, we also said, remember when Canelo fought, what's the guy's name? Light heavyweight.
Kovalev.
Andre Ward beat him. Kovalev, right? So when he beat Kovalev, we had another discussion. It was a live, and we said he knows what he's doing, going up and fighting Kovalev when he fought Kovalev. And I was convinced, and I didn't get to talk on any lives prior or leading up to the Bevo fight, but I really wanted to get on to remind you, bro, we already discussed this and we said that Canelo can't beat Bevo.
Listen, everything that's happening right now, and because maybe it's because I'm not as egotistical as I pretend to be. I'm not actually as egotistical as I pretend to be, but if I wanted to be, I could pull up all the different things that I said that are happening now because I already said all of this was gonna. I already said all of this. Like I have to see it to believe it because I don't believe they're gonna fight. I don't believe they're going to fight. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they never fight. I wouldn't be surprised. And I've been saying that for 4 years. I've been saying Drew knows it. I've been saying, and he's been saying it too because he knows it. When you put up metrics like Showtime's metrics and their ratings, year after year, the higher ups, they're going to trim the fat off your budget. They're going to be like, look, we're not going to give you no whatever 100 mil or even 80 mil because you're not bringing us nothing, bro. You can't have Adrian Broner versus Giovanni Santiago bringing 233,000 buys, 233,000 views on regular Showtime, not pay-per-view, regular Showtime. They're going to look at that and be like, yo, why are we paying for this? We not getting nothing out of this.
I'm sure you got it somewhere in your archives, Jules. I'm sure you have it in your archives when Coppinger did that huge ass announcement in 2018, like, oh, PBC signs 2 lucrative network deals, one with Showtime, one with fucking Fox, totaling like 120 something a year in budget. That shit's nothing like that anymore.
And it's
that was just 4 years ago.
Oh, I said it in 2019. No. I said it after the second Wilder fight that Fox. And it's like, I think people are just now catching up to what has been happening. Fox lost money. You understand? Not just Fox, Top Rank did too. They lost money too. That was a failure. And I think that the third fight was also a failure. I think, because it brought in less than the second fight did. And the second fight was a flop. All right. The guaranteed purses, you overshot it. You spent too much to get these 2 guys in the ring. You shouldn't have did that. If you would have kept the operational costs lower, like, look, man, you give Wilder 10 mil and you give Fury 7, because he wasn't a champion going into that second fight. You give him 7, because the guaranteed purses before, both of them came out to 7. All right. Fury got, I think, 3. Wilder got 4. How do you go from 3 and 4 to 30 and 30? $60 million. Are you nuts? And I remember
No, because
I heard
they
that
saw them.
Al Heyman convinced the network executives to put up those crazy ass dollar amounts for it to flop. Because that's what he is. He's the flop master. All this cocksuckery about what he used to do with Floyd. Errol is not Floyd. Get it in your head. Errol is not Floyd. Gervonta is not Floyd. Wilder is not Floyd. Motherfucker's still living in 2013, 24. Well, he did with Floyd. They ain't Floyd, bro.
Yeah, but you see, your Don Steve Kim, he explained the whole way Floyd became Floyd. Fighting regularly, fighting consistently, and winning and creating a buzz, getting a proportion of fans that actually hate you, that will just buy the fights to see you lose and continue to do that. Because as we see right now, Mayweather Promotions ain't doing nothing. So that fan base, we can definitely say it wasn't Floyd's fan base. And that's how you make a Floyd. If you're going to make a Floyd, you've got to get man out there consistently, regularly. These guys fighting once or twice a year, nobody cares who they are.
Nobody knows them. Nobody knows.
No one cares. No one cares to know them.
What I love about the UK boxing scene, that the American boxing scene has in fact lost, is they put the fighters through a trial where the unbeaten guy has to fight the unbeaten guy. We saw that with Denzel Bentley and Felix Cash. We saw that with Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. We saw that with Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois. You supposed to do that. In America, the unbeaten guys, they keep them away from each other. They keep them away from each other. You see what I mean? It's little things like that have gotten us to this point. They're like, yo, you're not going through the motions and the steps. You skipping steps. You keep like Ryan. I don't need a belt. I don't need a belt. Nobody cares. I don't need a belt. All I have to do is fight Gervonta. And when are you fighting Gervonta, bro? When is that going to go down? Because if it don't go down,
they're smoke screening that one. They're smoke screening. They're lying to the people, saying, "Oh yeah, fight's done. This, that, and the other." But nobody cares for that fight unless Gervonta goes over to the zone. And now, do you know what's so funny, my G? Floyd's fighting on the zone. I want to hear Ellaby. I want to hear Ellaby tell me something. I want to hear Ellaby telling me something about the zone now. Your master is fighting on the zone, man.
He jumped on Twitter. He jumps on Twitter. He says, an entity in the UAE. Listen, motherfucker, it still mean what it mean. Floyd's on the zone. He ain't on show. He ain't on show. He ain't on Fox.
That's it.
He's on the zone. All right?
I think it's not being talked about. But like Jules, what I was just looking right now, I looked for that Coppinger thing. It's on Ring TV before he went to ESPN. That deal ended in 2021, and they never renewed them. So I think they're just on a per year deal now with Showtime. And there's like,
yeah, it's
a lot of what's going on is they don't know if they're going to keep them next year. That's why there's no schedule.
It feels, because you know that Fox, they had a 4-year deal with them. A lot of people felt that this was going to be that last year was going to be the last year, and then they chose, no, we're going to see the deal out, but there's no real schedule, and it kind of looks that way with Showtime. That I'm like, damn, y'all really didn't do that many fights this year, though. Like y'all didn't, and the fights y'all did, a lot of them shits was forgettable. Just being real, like a lot of them shits. Fundora Lubin, that was a good one. Charlo Castaño too. That's a good one. And the rest of that shit is just like, all right, shit.
Fluff. Man, you're going to be fighting on Twitter.
They're going to be, listen, they're going to be
fighting on Twitter.
They're going to fight on Twitch. They're going to end up fighting on Twitch or Twitch streams or Uvu or whatever the fuck. Because it's like, yo, it's going down.
I can't wait to see.
Have you heard about the zone talking about they're gonna take PBC fights? You hear about that? PBC.
I heard things like that. I also heard Rick Glacier. He posted a very interesting tweet that Al Heyman is shopping them around right now. He is shopping them around, and he can't get any investors right now. And I'm like, well, of course. Who wants Keith Thurman? He's a 30-plus fighter that barely fights and can't draw. So's Danny Garcia. Sean Porter retired. Errol's not a big draw, fam. He probably could do an okay gate in Texas, but at the box office, and I've been saying this for 4 years, you never got back to them Mikey Garcia numbers. You did 360,000 with Mikey. You were reportedly did somewhere in between 300,000 and 277 with Sean, all right? With Danny, you did 250, I think it was, 225 or 250. With Ugas, I think it was like right around there, like 225. Like, fam, you ain't it. No, you never was, all right? That's why motherfuckers is mad, because all this bullshit that they've been saying for 4 years, it's like, fam, y'all the ones that said he was going to eclipse Canelo. Y'all said, not me. I'm not stupid. You motherfuckers said that. Yeah.
All right, Jules, what's this now?
The A side.
So what's this, Jules, yeah? One thing's for sure, two things for certain for me, right? Remember this. I remember telling you this. Well, you might remember. I told you I was a big Errol Spence fan. Big, yeah? Bruv, Errol Spence is scared of Crawford, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, because
they're all scared of Crawford. They're all of them. I'd have Crawford beating everybody up to 160, apart from Triple G, maybe.
Look,
but I got Crawford beating all them guys, all of them.
Solo,
and I will put Andre in there. I like Andre. I'll put him in there.
No. Look. Let's say this. Let's just say this. This is the main thing, because we got to focus up. The main thing is that you don't negotiate a big fight this way. You don't. These negotiations. What Errol is offering Terrence Crawford, reportedly, not shit that I made up, not rumor shit. No. This is what's in the news. You offered him a deal where he don't get no guarantee. Where have I seen that before? Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev too. That's where I saw that. You offered him a dick and a booty deal. You don't negotiate. You cannot be a cash cow offering people dick and a booty deal. No, that's dick and a booty deal. You trying to fuck him. Why would he? Why, if you a cash cow, why ain't you guaranteeing that man no money? That don't, you had money for Sean, you had money for Danny, you had money for Mikey. You ain't got no money for Bud, huh? All you got is a percentage.
Munguia.
Oh, you
money for Munguia.
You got money for all this shit. You ain't got no money for Bud though. Bitch ass shit. Hoe ass shit.
And the funny thing with them shopping these fighters around is any investor is gonna be like, okay, what are their numbers? What are their metrics the last 3-4 years? What is their ROI? And none of these people are gonna sign. And Jules, none of these people are gonna sign these fighters without having control and not letting Heyman dictate.
Not at a number. It's like, see, this is the weird shit. You know, it's still fights to make, but it ain't gonna be at the number that you want. What you listen, you think you $1 million. It's guys that are over there that they think they million. You're not $1 million fighter. The fuck told you that shit? If you are $1 million fighter, you barely $1 million fighter. Because in order for you to be $1 million, we got to get that mill and then some to cover the course of the show. It ain't, oh, well, we made $1 million, so I'm $1 million. No. You need to be able to make me a profit and get the $1 million to be $1 million fighter. And none of you
exactly.
The fuck?
Keith Thurman, you want $2 million? Okay, go fight Virgil Ortiz. We'll pay you $2 million.
Muff, you think Gary Russell is $1 million fighter?
Hey, you turned that 1.5 like it was toilet paper.
He said,
I don't want 1.5. It's nothing. I don't like it.
They offer you a unification match with Josh Warrington. You could have took that and still had time to come back and lose to Mark Messiah. Could have did both.
Who was the first one that turned down the big pay? That was Peter Quillen, right?
It was Peter Quillen.
He was the first of them. And he ain't been heard from since that Jacobs fight, huh?
Shout out to my man Gunner Forever. Buenos dias de la banda. Love the show. Saludo de East LA. Ya tu sabes, manín. If boxing pay-per-view is dead and TV networks want to go subscription-wise, DAZN, ESPN, fine. I'll pay and subscribe, but don't give me bullshit fights like the PBC, and I agree. I don't mind buying pay-per-view. I'm buying Prograis versus Zapata. I know that it's a frivolous price point for that. I know, but I'm buying it because I'm not a cheap piece of shit. I like that fight. And when I say I like a fight, I'm going to buy it. You a motherfucker say you like a fighter and don't buy shit. You on a boogie board surfing the stream on crack streams or wherever the fuck motherfuckers go to watch shit for free. Y'all motherfuckers swear up and down y'all love some Wilder. Why you ain't buy his fight? Why not? Came back, built him a statue. Grown men were crying, but you didn't buy the fight. You didn't buy the Ugas fight with Spence Neva. You didn't buy that shit. That shit didn't do nothing. Nothing at the box office. You're cheap. You're bums. Bums, right?
And these guys pocket watch like
me, Anthony Joshua, Otto Verleen, pay-per-view, I'm buying it because I fucks with him. So I'm a support. That's how you're supposed to do that. You bums, your methodology of supporting is being on Twitter arguing about fights you steal because you steal them. I know you steal them. You don't. I don't need to fucking know. I don't need to be in your fucking house to know you stealing that shit. Steal that shit.
And the funny shit, Jules, you're gonna buy Wilder versus Ruiz though.
Yes.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm gonna buy it.
The last fight I bought. His not this shit. The last Fury. I bought that fucking shit. Y'all motherfuckers swear up and down, y'all. I'm a boxing fan. I'm a boxing fan. What you doing still shit, bro? You a pocketbook thief. You bum. Bums.
You bought the Clarissa Shields pay-per-view.
I got the receipt in my Gmail. Bums.
But this is the thing. Over here in the UK, we stay up all hours of the morning buying these fights on things like Fight TV and all them types to watch these guys. So we're over here spending money as well.
That's what I loved boxing when I went over there and was talking with a bunch of fans for the AJ Usyk one. Y'all know the sport more than the average American here that says they follow boxing. Y'all stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning watching our fights out here.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker that ain't got 2 nickels to rub together for a pay-per-view want to argue with me about boxing. Like, fam, this is very simple. I could pull up every receipt of every pay-per-view I've bought in the last 12 months. Every single one. If I ask a motherfucker to do that, I ain't got to prove nothing to you.
I died when you did that and Christopher Marshall tried to show you the ESPN subscription.
Yeah, it's like, it's and these are, what kills me is these are grown men. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you fucking bum. You fucking pocketbook thief, bum motherfuckers, stealing these fights, stealing from these fighters, stealing from the networks. That's why boxing is in the crapper in America. That's why the UK, they support in the UK. All you motherfuckers do is talk shit on Twitter and talk shit on YouTube. You don't buy shit. You don't buy shit. I thought that Wilder's fight would have did 300,000. I'm like, come on.
That's another thing. Hey, that's another thing, Jules. I can't believe you thought that. I actually can't believe you thought that. After the discussions that I've seen you have, I didn't think that you would see Wilder and Helenius getting 3.
But this is
3 big numbers over there these days.
The last fight with Fury, before that, it did 6 and change or 6, right? So I'm like, well, his next fight damn sure ain't gonna do no 6, not with no Helenius. It ain't gonna do that. But could he do half that? I thought maybe he could do half that. You know, people like him. Bomb Squad. People make video about him all day. People arguing on Twitter. I'm like, me probably could do 300,000. I didn't realize that. Damn, y'all motherfuckers really ain't good for shit. Ain't good for shit. All this arguing.
What I've realized is that the people that buy boxing don't tweet. Boxing Twitter is full of shit, full of morons that don't do nothing but chat shit on Twitter and join narratives like the LGBT guys, whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called anymore. And them type of shit. They just join they just join narratives. They like follow man on Instagram and like man's pictures on Instagram. They don't buy fights. They don't buy shit. Look. The guys that buy fights in America are not tweeting.
I said that. Listen, these motherfuckers think, right, that all the boxing fans is on Twitter arguing. No, they're not. And all the boxing fans, you know, they're not all on YouTube neither, right? Some of the people that go to the fights, not all these people is spending as much time on the web as I or you. Now, I might do it, but I'm getting money. What are you doing? What are you doing? Arguing with people and no. I'm not gonna be arguing, right? If you want to argue with me, I gotta make money. Or we don't argue. Period. Gotta make money. My time is money, right? Period. Very fucking important person.
The only person Julius argues with or yells at for free is his wife and his kids.
Damn straight. Damn straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to knock nobody, but the shit is that what I notice is the overabundance of arguments that I tend to have via social media are with these individuals that claim to support these guys. And when I look at the metrics, I'm like, look, man, you don't support shit. You steal. That's what you're doing. Because by all rights, if Errol, for example, were that big a draw, we'd have a fight. We'd have a fight. If the money were there, we'd have a fight. You know why we have no fight? Because he's not a draw. Oh, you draw in Texas. Big fucking deal. Crawford draws in Omaha. What's your point? That dude is not a draw. If he were really a draw, we'd have a fight, right? If Wilder, if he were really a draw, bro, 77,000? Come on now. Who? So y'all didn't buy that? Like I said it outright. I'm not buying that shit. I'm watching Devin. Devin is fighting that night. He gonna fight George again. And that's what I was watching right here live. That's what I was watching. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't the motherfucker that claimed to love Wilder. Y'all motherfuckers claim to love Wilder. So where you at? Where you at? Telling me that without the big coke ogre, this man can't do no numbers? Without Tyson Fury? Wilder can't sell in America without Tyson Fury? I guess.
You know something else I realized about really having these arguments with these guys, so you come on, these guys are gonna come and argue, bro. They have no clue about this boxing shit. They got no clue, my brother.
They don't.
Yeah, talk to them about Inui. Ask them about flipping MJ at Medalia. They're gonna be thinking that you're speaking Swahili, man.
You know what I'm saying? Got my man Sporting Icons in the building. Real iconic with the sporting. You know what I'm saying? You telling me that without the 6'9" coke ogre of Manchester, Deontay Wilder can't sell in his own country? And this is the motherfucker that AJ was supposed to give 50% to. You silly bet. That's why I'm so glad he got his motherfucking ass whooped. Because I'm like, you a joke, bro. If you believed you could beat Femi, you would have fucking fought him. You did everything but fight him. Let's pull up Tyson Fury. He's unbeaten.
The comedy is this. Fury White did more in the afternoon on pay-per-view buys in America than fucking Wilder in prime time, bro.
Literally. The numbers that are out there for Wilder versus Helenius is between 50 and 77,000. That's per Michael Woods and Rick Glacier. Those are the only numbers that are out there. Notice that Dan Raphael's sources, they don't have no. So you could get the zone numbers, which are very hard to get. You can get this, but you can't get the numbers for that. You don't know what, nobody told you nothing. Bullshit. You know what they are. Just don't want to say nothing. You shill, paid shill, shilling.
Real quick, did you watch Black Adam yet, Jules?
Like a one-off.
Say it again.
Did you watch Black Adam yet?
Nah, I don't like The Rock like that, man. He played the same character in every movie, man. He's like the same guy in every movie. The same dude he is in Walking Tall is the same dude he is in Rundown, is the same dude he is in Black Adam and Jumanji. It's the same dude. I'm the big swole guy. I'm swole. I'm just swole. I'm mad swole. That he plays the same character.
Hey, Jules, listen, it's very, very simple. If you build it, they will come. You put on a good fight, people will buy it. If you really support a fighter, you'll buy his pay-per-view. Who gives a fuck who he's fighting? When Dillian White fights, I don't care if he's fighting Robert Helenius, Derek Chisora, Part 2. I don't care if he's fighting Oscar Rivas. I don't care if he's fighting Fury. I'm going to buy it because I support the guy. If you support Wilder, why aren't you buying him?
He about to fight Jermaine Franklin in November. I'm watching that shit. That's my man's. I'm gotta watch my man Dillian White. About to fight Jermaine Dupri, unbeaten up and comer, right? From America. All right. And I always say this, the Fury fans, they're another group of weirdos because Fury didn't sell that white fight by himself. There were a lot of people that wanted to see that fight because Dillian was involved. Like, yeah, finally, he's going to get the title shot. Let's see if it works out. Probably doesn't. But let's see if it works out. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly my point, because you got Fury versus Chisora 3, Tottenham Hotspur, 62,000. 3-4 days later, it's still not sold out, but yet Fury versus White sold out within 1 hour, 94,000.
Exactly. This same year, bro.
Fury sold it.
This same the fucking White fight wasn't 2021, wasn't 20. That was this year, bro. This year, right? That shit sold out quick. Why this shit ain't selling out like that?
Joshua Usyk Part 1 in the very same stadium that Fury and Chisora are fighting in, 2 hours sold out.
You know what I'm saying? It's too much. I feel like boxing, honest to God, I feel like boxing is the only sport that it's this difficult to stick to the facts. When I was on my MLB shit, I never had to deal with just this weird shit. When I was on my NFL shit, never had to deal with this weird shit because those are sports where facts matter, you know? The statistics and the facts tell you who the best is, all right? Facts by the numbers. Only in boxing do the fans get to make shit up as they go along. Probably because the sanctioning bodies do too, though. They make up their rules as they go along, so I see where they get it from. But it's like, it's ridiculous, fam. It's really like, look, the only story that's out there about what Crawford was offered, it's only one story. And it's not like Errol is denying it either. Y'all didn't make that man no offer for a guarantee. No guarantee. And it's supposed to be a super fight? When the fuck you ever seen that shit?
The thing is, though, is that I compare that fight with Amir Khan Kell Brook, where Khan Brook sold very, very well over here, but we knew it weren't going to sell in America. Crawford and Spence are going to sell very well in America, but nowhere else in the world.
Exactly. Now, Sporting, you know, have not been saying that shit. I'm like, look, motherfuckers could say what they want about Canelo and Golovkin 3, but that's a big fight. It is a big fight. In America, it's a big fight. In other parts of the world, it's still a decent-sized fight, yes. And Crawford versus Spence is not that. They don't got no big old following in some other part of it. No, they don't. I'm sorry, but they don't. Shit.
You know what's funny? I would. Can you, Sporting? Can you answer this? If they put Crawford and Spence on in the UK, why do I think it'd do better numbers over there? Because of the amount of boxing fans compared to America.
We buy tickets. We go to the shows. When
I think y'all would buy that. Right? I think y'all would buy a Spence Crawford pay-per-view over there in prime time if it was at the O2.
Absolutely. When Lomachenko came over to fight Luke Campbell, it sold out. Because they appreciate boxing.
Well, the main shit is this too. It's that it's also that it's like a party over there. It's fertile. Like, yo, you go over there, you get drunk, you go to a fight, maybe you get in some pussy. You know, there's a lot of good things going on over there. These broke ass motherfuckers, they can't get their dick wet. That's why they be on Twitter trying to Jones with the joints in the DM. Like,
they waiting for tickets to get comped. That's the only time they go to fights.
At the Barclays Center, yes, they are though. That's facts. They are.
They're like, oh, it was the movie last time. I'm like, bro, y'all waited for fucking free tickets. Get the fuck out of here.
Y'all motherfuckers waited till the week of the fight. You didn't buy shit. Then you stood outside the Barclays Center because you knew they was gonna be giving out tickets. You knew because they can't sell shit. You fucking knew. All right. It's childishness. Stop arguing with me. Do not tag me to your Twitter to argue with you on Twitter. I'm live right now. If you don't want to jump on, then don't fucking at me, bro. I don't care what you think about boxing. Now, if you want to tell me what you think about boxing, I need to be getting paid, right? Because I don't give a shit. I only care about what Sporting thinks about boxing. Boxing Beast thinks about boxing. I don't worry about what Twitter Joe, and his ham sandwich think about boxing. The fuck? Motherfucker really tagged me to a whole argument that didn't have nothing to do with me. I'm like, why are you tagging me? Then when I gave him the link to jump on, well, I don't know about the crisis. All right, motherfucker. I ain't gonna sit here for an hour doing this bullshit with you. Fuck I look like. You know what I'm saying?
YouTubers,
all I know it's Katie Titties.
Say it again, Sport.
All I know it's Katie. Go ahead, Sport.
I was saying that some of these Twitter fuckers actually have YouTube channels. And they're shit on their channel as what they are. They don't know boxing. They don't know anything.
I think that they tag me because I always check that now sporting to see, does this person have a channel? Like, why are they tagging me? Because I don't be talking. I talk to the same people on Twitter all the time, bro. Same on YouTube. I talk to the same. I don't leave my special circle of friendship. I like my special circle, and I don't need nobody else.
It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple because you're the same as me. If I mention another channel, I'm mentioning that channel as a praise. Not to diss you. If I don't like you, I don't fucking watch you. And it's as simple as that. So exactly. I don't know what you're talking.
Exactly. Like I don't have nothing bad to say about a lot of shit. No, because I'm like, I don't even be like even them LDBGQ. I don't watch none of that shit. I don't watch it. So I don't even be knowing what the fuck they got going on. I don't know. If I'm not watching a fight or a movie or a porno, I'm fucking doing a video. Like
the only time I see that shit is when someone sends it to me so I can post it and laugh.
Yeah, like I don't be watching that shit. I don't know how motherfuckers feel about. Only way I find out about shit is if motherfuckers post that, because I don't be watching that shit. I don't be knowing what the fuck motherfuckers think about some shit. I got random people. He was having a whole argument with the incomparable Liza. And you know, Liza, she make motherfuckers' feelings hurt. This motherfucker got so upset he tagged me. Like, why are you tagging me, bro? I don't have nothing to do with this shit. Why are you tagging me? And I tell a guy, I'm like, look, I'm live right now. You can jump on and whatever and say all that shit. All right, motherfucker.
Sporting, Sporting. I've even offered to Zelle, Cash App, Venmo people to come on.
Yeah,
I just want to watch.
$10.
I'll give you $50. They'll be on the panel, but you and Julius. We just want to watch.
Motherfuckers is ducking that smoke.
They don't want to do it.
They don't even make $50 an hour, and I'm like, here, let me give you 2 hours of your salary.
There you go.
Why not?
Exactly. Pay me, and we do the shit. I'll debate you. If you roast me and you beat me, congratulations. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
Motherfucker gonna tell like I really want to be going back and forth. It's only 140 characters I could use in a tweet, bro. If you want to have a lengthy discussion about whatever the fuck it is you have on your mind, come join me. And I was by myself for like an hour. Like, yo, I posted the link mad times. Like, yo, you come tell me about the shit. All right, motherfucker. You don't want to
notice though that a lot of these so-called boxing fans, they're more interested in what you think about their favorite fighter.
Yeah, than
why
boxing.
Why do you hate him so much? Why? He's the best ever.
Exactly. They more worried about what Sporting think about the motherfucker. Hey, motherfucker. Never mind Sporting. Buy the fight.
Exactly.
Never mind me.
I mean, not even that. They're more worried about last week's news when it's Katie Taylor fight week.
But I'm gonna be watching Katie, bro. I'm gonna be watching Katie and Karen Carbo. I'm not worried about none of this bullshit, bro. All right. But more importantly, Sporting raises a valuable point. They get on Twitter, they argue with people because they're more concerned with the opinions of other people than actually buying this. Like, bro, do you even really fuck with these fighters? Because you don't seem to buy any of their shit. Just argue. Sporting said Tyson Fury. Oh, Julius said don't worry about Julius, you motherfucker. Buy the fight. Never mind Julius. Fuck him. Julius is always hating on him. How do you know what Julius says? Do you watch him? You must. How else would you know? This is not a huge channel. You have to find this little motherfucker. This is not a huge channel. Far from it. There are bigger, older, and fouler things in the dark places of Middle Earth than Ring IQ Boxing. You would have to find me to know what the fuck I be saying. And I think motherfuckers is hate watching.
Do you? I was gonna allude to my question. Do you have a metric on how many people are hate watching you? Is it possible to get that?
It is possible to get a metric on how many people are watching that are not subscribed, because that's in the YouTube studio to see, well, how many of the people that watch this channel aren't subscribed to it. And certain subjects, they do yield a spike, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all those people are hate watchers. That could just be that video, for whatever reason, the algorithm caught it and moved the shit, you know what I mean? For whatever reason. It could be what you put in the caption, it could be the time of day. It's a lot of little shit.
Now, like that word I love you use. Would you deduce that maybe 30% of it is hate watch?
I think, yeah, no, not 30. That's too much. I would say maybe 10 to 15. Because this is the thing, and they don't realize this. They take my isms and then they use them on social media, and they don't know that I can see it. You're using my isms, words that I use. You're using them. I'm not going to say what they are because then they'll stop using them, and I won't have that low jack anymore. But they use my isms, and I'm like, I just said that. It's all right. Keep watching. Boost my metrics, man. Fuck it. Keep hate watching. You know what I'm saying?
I find that some of these YouTubers that I don't really mess with some of them anymore. Is that they're kind of like they'll watch your content and then they'll do their own based on what it is that you've done. And on a couple of occasions, I ain't gonna lie, I've made shit up just to see if they're gonna do it, and they fucking did it,
bro. I don't even get mad at it anymore because I think about it this way: metrics are metrics. Metrics are metrics. You know, there was this guy. I think his name was Johnny Pound for Pound, the best boxing. All he does is make videos about other content creators. That's literally all he does. I'm like, that just means you're watching, bro. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'm not gonna bother with you, but keep it up.
My subscriber list is very small, you know.
No, like I don't. This is not a big channel. Like there's a lot of other channels. So I'm like, if you know what I'd be saying, how else would you know if you weren't watching? How else? Yeah, and I see my isms pop up in the darndest places. I'm like, I just said that. Where'd you get that? Interesting. It is what it is, man. In any event, gentlemen, I'm gonna go eat lunch. I see that nobody wanted to argue. You know, nobody wanted to argue. So that's unfortunate. Sport, and I'll do another live. You're always welcome.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks very much for having me.
All right.